Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today I am showing you the core mechanics of the Jabba the Hutt and Unkar Plut mill deck I've created. So I've just got a few things in our discard piles already. This is just going to show you an example of a possible turn with this deck. So the core mechanic in here is getting Unkar Plut to disrupt resources while you have something like blackmail on Jabba. So when you roll him out, you don't have to remove your blackmail die. Blackmail states after you roll this die, any opponent may give you a resource to remove it. So you want to roll out Unkar Plut first, disrupt their resources. So when you do roll out Jabba the Hutt, or even if you have one on him himself, on Unkar himself, you don't have to discard it. There's other ways to get resources here, so we're using My Kind of Scum. Whenever we disrupt, we can exhaust it to gain resources equal to what we just disrupted. And we're using Fast Hands as well. Fast Hands is one of the key components of the deck. So after you activate the attached character, they resolve one of its dice immediately. So basically, we want Fast Hands and possibly Cunning in our opening hand. So when we roll Unkar Plut out, we can immediately disrupt it without them having a chance to react to it and remove the disrupt dice. So we're going to take a couple sample turns here and show you how this deck works out. So we're going to roll Unkar Plut first. And he has fast hands, so we can resolve one of his dice immediately. There's a disrupt, there's a disrupt. We will immediately disrupt that resource right there. So we're going to get rid of a resource. Let's say it goes to Kylo and Dooku's turn, and let's just say they have only one resource. So we'll say they're just going to roll Dooku. They can roll Dooku. And that's their roll. So we have Focus, Resource, Melee, and Special. We're going to focus Car into his other disrupt phase. It goes back to them. They could get a resource, but they know I'm immediately going to just disrupt that. So what we're going to do here with the focus, we're just going to use their special. We're going to get a shield on him and do a damage to Jabba, or whatever it might be. We're then going to resolve the 2 disrupt that resource, exhaust this, so now we'll gain a resource from disrupting one. Goes back to them, and they have focus, resource, and melee, so we'll focus this into a higher damage. And now here's where this pays off. So we're going to roll Jabba now. Jabba has the ability to also re-roll a die after it's rolled, re-roll a yellow die. But now since they have no resources, they can't make us get rid of blackmail. They can still remove it later, so we don't get rid of it until either they remove it with something like not isolation, but anything that just removes dice. So like he doesn't like you if you were playing against yellow, feel your anger, things like that. We're gonna go ahead and roll these dice in. So we have a blank on Jabba. We have 2 disrupt and 2 disrupt. We don't need 2 disrupt dice out, so we're gonna re-roll blackmail. And see where it lands. It lands on disrupt again. So let's say it had landed on, let's set the number to just mess with this here. We're going to set it to 2. Say it had landed on 3 mil. We're probably going to roll Kylo. Kylo has a shield and a blank. And now it comes back to us. We can just resolve 3 mil. So discard, discard, discard. Goes back to them. They'll hit Jabba for 2. So Jabba's at 3. We've already rolled Unkar Plut out entirely. So now we have a blank and 2 disrupt. I also have 3 resources, so I can still use resources here. Um, in this deck, I think, since they don't have anything to disrupt, and this is a pretty good setup right here, we're just going to go ahead and claim the battlefield. We're going to mill that card, mill that card. So now they can get a resource, they can get a shield, or they can also discard a reroll. They'll get a resource. Clean up the discard pile here a little bit. You got a resource there, and they'll get a shield on Dooku. That'll end the turn, and we will ready Dooku or ready Kylo. Get 2 resources. Take these away here. Back over here, we'll get our 2 resources. And we'll ready up Jabba. We'll ready my kind of scum. So what we do, we'll draw cards. We don't have anything to draw. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll Unkar Plut again, hoping to get our disrupt side. And we're able to resolve one of these dice immediately, thanks to fast hands. So we have 1 disrupt, and plus 2 resources. So I'm going to use Unkar, and we're going to disrupt a single resource. Going to exhaust this, and gain a resource. They need to draw cards. So they'll play It Binds All Things, making their things cost less. And then we can immediately disrupt again. Can't get that's already exhausted, so we can't use it again though. We'll do Dooku, roll him. There's a resource, focus, blank, and focus. So we'll come back here. Is there anything we want to do here? We can put a cunning on Jabba. We'll put a holdout blaster on Jabba. A2. And we'll immediately get to roll Jabba because that has ambush. And I can re-roll any of these dice, any of these yellow dice. I'm going to re-roll. Don't know which one to re-roll. I'm not going to actually re-roll any because I can get a lot of resources here. We want to do more milling, but we won't re-roll any. We won't re-roll anything. Comes over here. They can do that. They'll focus. They'll roll Kylo. That, and it'll now be over on Jabba. So Jabba will do. He'll mill 2. Back over here. Do Dooku's focus to put the special on Holocron. And if we had in our hand, if we had the loose ends card, I'm actually just going to search for it really quick to show you how loose ends works. So let's shuffle this. Let's see if we can draw a loose ends card. Right, there's loose ends. So if this was the board state, I could play loose ends now, pay 2 resources, play loose ends, removing this damage. So it states, remove one of your dice showing range damage to discard the top 4 cards of the deck. Remove that, and you're going to mill 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It also has ambush, so you get another action. And then I would use that action to get 3 shields on Jabba. So this card can mill quite a bit. There's 9 cards left. We have 17. This is just an example of how the deck works. So it works pretty fast. You basically just want to disrupt immediately with Unkar using fast hands, get rid of their resources, so when you do roll out blackmail, they have no chance to react to it. And then you have some range damage, so you can use it with loose ends. There's also a lot of resource generation, so if you disrupt, you can exhaust that to gain resources. You can also use Unkar's ability, so let's see if that would actually work here. We're going to use his ability now, so as an action, you can remove any number of your dice showing a combined value of 3 or more to discard a random card from an opponent's hand and gain resources equal to it. Do you have anything in your hand? Let's see. You have 2 cards. So that's 2, 3. We're going to remove these dice to discard a random card, and we'll get resources equal to what that cost. So you're not just looking at the card, you're getting resources and discarding it, which is pretty cool. So there's that. That's a force training. So they discard a force training, and we gain 2 resources. So this deck is all about resource denial and milling, and also just a ton of resource generation. That is basically just a quick overview of the main mechanics of the deck. I may do a video in the future where I actually play out an entire game, like testing this deck out. We're going to see how that goes. Until then, I want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you for watching, and remember to have a good one. Take care.